This is like the stems, the stalk, all the leafy part of the plant.
And this will make a car run.
Yes, this is what's going to make a car run.
Alternative energy. We've heard about it, but what is it?
I'd classify alternative energy at this point as something other than energy that comes from combustion, whether it's from gasoline to move a car or a truck, or the combustion of coal to make electricity.
We need to find a way to stop burning so much fossil fuels and burn more renewable, less carbon-intensive fuels. We're talking about renewable electricity. We're also talking about renewable liquid fuel, something to go in your gas tank.
There is no single bullet, that one solution cannot fit all of our needs. So people who argue, say biofuels are the way to go about, or some other form of energy, are probably not getting it right. We think that we've got to work on multiple fronts. And the hope is that together we have a solution to all the problems that we have in the area of energy.
MSU researchers are taking such an approach. Some develop thermoelectric devices that harvest energy from tailpipe emissions.
This is about the average diameter of an exhaust pipe, so something that would surround this exhaust pipe, kind of like a catalytic converter.
Under ideal considered situations, you should get 5 to 6 watts. Put 8 of them together and you can run a 40-watt light bulb.
So if we can take some of that 70% of wasted heat or wasted energy and convert just a small fraction of that into electricity with this technology, then we can implement that into a hybrid driveline and improve the fuel efficiency of vehicles.
Create biofuels from natural sources like switchgrass and corn waste products.
I've been working to produce liquid fuels from plant material, cellulosic plant material. These are non-food materials like grasses, straw, wood chips, and so forth, for well over 30 years now.
The cellulose is converted into sugars like glucose, and those sugars are then acted upon by different fermentation organisms like yeast, and they convert those sugars into ethanol, which is then distilled and used as a fuel.
I call it Grassoline. Okay, so we're talking literally about making grass into liquid fuels.
And produce improved energy storage devices to help make wind and solar power practical.
Alternative energy conversion technologies like solar and wind convert wind energy or the sun's energy into electricity. So there's also a need for advanced and affordable energy storage as well. So whatever improvements we make to electrochemical energy storage devices like batteries or capacitors, they could be applied to transportation for electric vehicles or hybrid electric vehicles, or for stationary power stations.
Yes, someone asked me, what do you do? I make batteries, and it's really, really difficult to explain in layman's terms as in what am I doing.
What researchers are doing is working together to reach a common goal: create the most efficient and sustainable methods for providing the world with clean and affordable energy.
A really wonderful chance to work with basic plant scientists, people working in the fundamental microbial science, figure out how to do this new fuel, very large fuels, produce them sustainably and economically and environmentally sustainable way.
That's the fun part of it. Very often people who focus in one narrow area get bogged down when they face problems. You benefit from things that are going on in other disciplines, and you are able to draw upon ideas, draw upon techniques that people in other disciplines use for addressing problems in your own discipline.
And a lot of these projects have started as a result of hallway conversations.
And so it's the intermingling of talent that that a big university like Michigan State can pursue, and there are some real advantages in doing that.
MSU's record of innovation is paying off. The newly created MSU Center for Alternative Energy Storage Research and Technology was tapped by the U.S. Department of Energy to lead a new Energy Frontier Research Center, one of 46 to be established nationwide. It is today's laboratory research that will fuel tomorrow's economic growth and stability.
I think in the years to come, we'll see a lot of terrific things coming out of this university. And what is more, there's a great deal of interest in making sure that they get translated to the marketplace, that we just don't create ideas. There's also interest in making sure that we take advantage of these ideas and people are helped in the process.
And the land-grant universities like Michigan State have had this charge since their founding of delivering research results that change lives. Very few things impact our lives, like how we fuel our vehicles and how we get around and how we feed ourselves. And so we're talking about a major change in the way that we provide sustainable fuels and food and so forth, how we use land to sustainably generate fuels and generate the same food that we're producing, and do it in a way that's environmentally sound. It's a fun challenge. It's a big one, and it's appropriate for a big university like Michigan State.
Knowing that in 10, 15, 20 years these could be a part of everyday life is kind of neat, because I can kind of sit back and be like, yeah, I helped make that happen, you know.
A couple of months ago, we celebrated the 40th anniversary of man landing on the moon. I have a feeling 40 or 50 years from now, people will look back at our generation and say, wow, this generation managed to lick some of the most difficult problems associated with energy and other grand challenge problems.